Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the Wisdom Keepers Inner Guidebook deck. It is a 64 card deck, 156 pages plus a bonus card. This is the first edition that came out, the black and white. There is also a color edition. I do not have that one. The one I own is the original one, the first version of it that came out, which is the black and white. This deck also comes accompanied with a book. It's to be purchased separately. I do not own that book, but it goes into detail, more into detail about each character, each story of the cards. Um, so let's get this review started. I love this deck for ancestral work. I love it for looking at family dynamics. I love it for working with, uh, also with the family cycles, the family stories that we tell ourselves, the limits and blockage in the family. So anything within the family, to release those blockages, to look at them, even just recognizing them, just it's a great healing point, because when we look at something, we're able to do something about it. And this deck is really good for that. This is the guidebook, and this is the box. It comes with a very good, sturdy, similar to Blue Angel, and the inside it has a dragonfly with the key. So I love that. And let's get, so we have an introduction. What is the human phase? What is the creative process? The gene keys, birth of the stories, and then each card has the shadow, the gift, and the Siddhi. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So she goes into detail about the shadow, which, if you are not familiar with working with the shadow aspect of yourself, of any situation, this would be a good starting point. She also talks about the subconscious and how it plays a big role. And she also talks about how to approach the wisdom keepers. This deck is also really good for journaling, because each card, it's gonna have, I will show you when I present the cards, but here in the guidebook you have a small illustration, the card number, a small quote, the gift, the shadow, and the Siddhi, the programming partner, and then the story. I love these stories because you can relate to them. Doesn't matter what culture you're in, like what's your culture, what ethnicity you are, if you're male or female, you could relate to these, you know, anybody could. And it they're really good stories. The gift that this card offers you, and then questions for contemplation. So these are the questions that I feel are really good for journaling. If you're a big journaling person like myself, I love to journal. So these are really good to answer, and it gets you more deeper into the meaning of the cards and what it can mean to you, and make it more personal to yourself. And then the bonus card, it's a mirror card. I will show you. So it's like this. It's a mirror card. I haven't taken it off because I have felt like I am not ready to do or look at this card yet, but in due time I will do it. And it comes with a little quote with, "Be yourself. There is something that you can do better than any other, and listen to the inward voice and bravely obey that." So this is your gift to you. Questions for contemplation. So what would you say is your greatest gift at this moment in life? What fear do you struggle with most? How do you impact the way you think, feel, and act? How do you fear how does your fear keep you from exploring, embracing, and expressing that gift? So it's a really good deck, amazing deck, and it has I believe like 10 spreads. I honestly just barely noticed that right now, or 11 spreads, because I haven't really used the guidebook or uh, gone too much detail with the spreads in the guidebook. But this is the backing. It's a female face and it has the dragonfly with the key. I think it's very nice. It's pretty. I will not show every card because it is a 65 card spread and it could take a long time, and I don't have time to do a very long video today. I have my kids here on the other room. So we have graciousness. As you can see, there's colors, and every card has different colors, and every color has a meaning that is in the guidebook. And so we have a title and then the card number. So this would be 22, graciousness. I love this because it has different, like I said, there's different cultures represented, there's different ethnicities, resolve. There's the same representation for male and female here. 20, self-assurance, aspiration, determination, and there's a lot of details here in these cards. Magnetism. I mean, you could pick up a lot. Like right here, for example, I was to be focused in her. Right here, I would say throat chakra plus the blue around it. Vitality. This man looks Hawaiian. Sensitivity. Competence. Idealism. Style. Expansion. Intimacy. Restraint. Naturalness. At the end of the guidance, I will pick a card and read exactly the guidebook so you can see what I'm talking about. That is really good for family dynamics and healing those family patterns that we carry with us. Inspiration, delight. The colored version, I wanted to buy it, but I did not because I don't know. I felt like I like this one better. I feel like the colors were too much in my face for me. So I like this better, but I mean, you can always see if the other one appeals to you more. Perseverance. Integrity. Invention. This reminds me of Albert Einstein. Patience. Strength. Humanity. Look at the hands up in his forehead with the heart. There's a lot of detail. A lot of detail you can pick up in each card. Farsightedness. Leadership. Inquiry. Imagination. Transmutation. Equilibrium. Authority. Precision. Lightness. Versatility. Initiative. Okay, so these are going to remain a mystery. Just because I don't, like I said, I don't have a lot of time, but we'll pick a card so you can see kind of like the and here we go. I got the guy that said he looked Hawaiian. Vitality. So let's see it and we'll read from the guidebook. So I'm going to put it up close so you can see, you can pick up anything, any images. Like I see the turtles. I see the hearts, the waves. It's not a thing. Let's read the guidebook. What is this? Number 58. Increased vitality really means increased freedom. The gift is vitality. The shadow is dissatisfaction. The Shirhi is bliss. And the programming partner is 52. So programming partner will be restraint. As soon as I could stand up, I was on a surfboard. As a young boy, all I wanted to do was play in the water and ride the waves. One day while surfing, I experienced a moment of pure bliss. I spent the next 10 years trying to recreate the experience. I worked hard to improve my instincts, stamina, and skills. The stronger I got, the more compelled I felt to improve the world as well. So I dove in self-help philosophy like the ocean, swimming from book to book and teacher to teacher, but never finding any that truly satisfied me. The only truths that really made sense were the ones I learned from surfing. Surfing taught me about healthy and unhealthy fear. It taught me about perfectionism and flexibility. It taught me about joy and freedom. It taught me about being in the now. So I wrote a book about it. And before I knew it, I was on tour, inspiring people all over the country. But still, I felt dissatisfied. Teaching and traveling were stressing me out, and I wasn't surfing enough. So I booked a trip to rent-owned surfing site, determined to unhook from the world and reconnect with my joy. But a wave came that I wasn't prepared for. The damage to my body from the accident was so great that I was told I might never walk again. It was while lying flat on my back in the hospital for months that my true spiritual path began. At first, my spirit was crushed, but over time, I accepted that this was my new life. I began to learn at the deepest level that there was no future and no past. There was only now. Anytime I fought that truth, I was interfering with life itself. As I surrendered to the truth, I began to experience unexpected moments of bliss. Though I had very little to be happy about, within 2 years I was walking within two more. I was back on a surfboard. I was so grateful to be there at all, that all attachments fell away. It wasn't about the waves, my skill or performance, or even about how great the experience was. It was just about being a tiny drop in the vast ocean, all at once. Today I bring people of all shapes and ages and abilities to the ocean to swim with the dolphins. Every day I witness waves of joy and freedom well up from within them. I do not regret one moment of the painful yet transformative journey that brought me here. My gift to you, I am here to tell you it is time to stop fighting your true nature. You were born in a life force and vitality within you that must be expressed. You can attempt to interfere with it by trying to recreate it or by resisting dissatisfaction, but there's nothing you can do to get rid of life posing within you. So you might as well surrender. Dissatisfaction is a natural part of life. Without it, none of us would evolve or be motivated to make the world a better place. When you allow life to express itself through you without resistance or judgment, bliss happens naturally. The future is not in your hands. It does not even exist. All there is now. So stop projecting it into the future. Let life have its way with you and watch your purpose unfold. So here's some questions for contemplation. Feel free to pause and feel free to journal about them. Question number 1. Are you still clinging to the belief that you can and should create a perfect, peaceful future that will last the rest of your life? Are you still trying to recreate an old experience of joy? Are you looking for happiness outside of yourself? How have your unsatisfying experiences contributed to your evolution and growth as a person, to the service you provide? When have you experienced your vitality or a moment of bliss? Make a list of your life's greatest dissatisfactions. How do you try to resolve or avoid dissatisfactions? For a day or a week, go on a resolution avoidance diet. So those are the questions, and this is a type of guidance you are to receive from this deck. I love this deck for that reason. It makes you go deep. It makes you look into the subconscious. It makes you look at the patterns that you've been holding on, the beliefs, the ideas that limit you, that block you from growing, from transforming. It gives you a new perspective on how, for example, his story, right? How an accident that left him, or that almost, or he had the risk of not ever walking again, how he had to go through that painful experience to remember that he loved surfing. And because of that accident, he really thought he was going to lose that bliss, that happiness. And he wasn't, and he didn't. And he was able to do that which he loved, and he made money out of it. He now gathers people and teaches them. And I feel like many of us are undergoing some sort of painful transformation. But we had to remember that these painful transformations at the end lead us or show us what we don't or we do want. And remember, it's up to us to feel like we're victims, or actually change our perspective and see the higher purpose, the silver lining, and the lesson to be learned in every situation, whether that be difficult, good, or bad. Thank you very much for watching, and I really hope you have a great day. Bye.